Hi everyone, Day here, and I am hopping right back into my The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles Let's Play. So, just gonna pick up right where I left off. There's just not gonna be any gimmicks to be had. We're about to hop into Sholmes, basically his, spectacular thingamabobber, which name I forgot. But yeah, his logic and reasoning spectacular. So we're gonna do that, I'm sure. I mean, of a certain great detective's great mind, that just sounds so leading. So we're just gonna hop right into it. Um, before that though, I guess I could go over some more details that I grasped, as well as go over my thought processes of what I grasped. So we did investigate Soseki's room. We also investigated the Gyarados room a little bit more thoroughly too. We did learn that he has the medals on the wall. He pretends like none of this stuff is important to him for some reason. I'm fairly certain that if you have it hung specifically over the mantelpiece of your fireplace, that it means something to you. There is no way it doesn't. So it's just very strange that he's portraying it to mean otherwise. So there's also just Holmes himself, Sholmes, I guess. He assumes that Mr. Gyarados is hiding something, which I mean, obviously something's being hidden here. There is just no doubt. The floor is on fire and or singed, I suppose, but a candle obviously fell on the ground. And there was also the area to the side with broken china plates and all sorts of stuff. So something definitely transpired within this room. Probably, and I would say earthquake because of how everything looks shaken. But I don't know. I have bets on the maid of nefarious deeds. Wait, he's not talking about, is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Actually, let me save this before I get too far. This. Okay. Do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? There is a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. There's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let's conclude the matter before dark. I mean, the sun is still out, but we have some time. Mr. Gyarados, there it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service. Your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. Hmm. I'm afraid, sir, that is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangement. I beg your pardon. I mean, these are some serious accusations that Sholmes is making, is it not? He's basically accusing this guy in his own home, and Mr. Gyarados like, I'm a closet fan of you, but I am secretly your fan. Like, what? Why are you accusing me of mischief? The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast. Yeah. Maggie and the ferocious beast. That's the first thing I thought of. But so do they have a secret pet then? I mean, there was the cat in Soseki's, but did the cat? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Wasn't it a cat on the ship? Like, would they reuse old assets? I don't know. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Mr. Naruhodo, look, he lost something very important. I mean, Sholmes is normally not correct, right? So, I don't know. The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. So he's on the right path. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. How? How could you possibly? How could I possibly know? Didn't mean to inquire. The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. Ah, your cockiness never is held back, is it? Ugh! And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. No, I mean, they're wild for a reason. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Do it. Oh, he doesn't do it right there. Oh, that sucks. But I still love it all. Topic number 1. Nature of the beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these 4 walls. That is very true. I mean, I don't know, I was thinking that Mrs. Garrett has something to do with it, like the maid? I don't know. Like, she's always right there trying to prevent him from saying something. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? One might wonder. Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Girideb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Not the statue. I'm pretty sure it's the frame behind the statue. That seems to be how these things go, right? Like, it's misleading at first, and you could tell there's a frame right directly behind that lion statue. Plus, he said that he recently acquired it. Like, he can't help but buy things randomly, so it's probably new, and so he just automatically looked over to where an old picture is, I guess. Yes, thought. Oh, yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. Unimposing? Sheesh. That's kind of insulting to an army man, to be fair. A thought that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piffle? I ask you. I love it. Piffle. In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India which you tried to keep in this very house. What? Yet, living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had ever imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence, of course. Well, Joan is like, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame? Is she the one keeping secrets? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. I mean, she does have something in her pocket. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Ah! Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Girdeb, at Betty's Circus. A traveling show, currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. Really? Because I've seen nothing of it. You know more than I do. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. In a simple visit to the circus now, we reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. It's so hard to say certain words with that accent, jeez. A rampaging Asiatic lion. Aftermath. Dun-dun-dun. Now, Mr. Gerdub, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Is it the cat? I guess it can't possibly be the lion. It doesn't make any sense. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. I mean, he didn't seem like he agreed with that point. So, that's complete. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man. I simply... But what we must now ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find an answer. Oh, they're staring at something. Yes, it is this pile of beetles that has given rise to the pain you suffer. But they didn't seem okay with that, so it must be the book. Or it's a letter underneath the beetles. But he said pile of beetles, so I guess they're all beetles. They seem confused by that. So I'm gonna say book. Like, anything that they show us, the answer has to still be kind of in there, so book. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. Ah! They have to pay the circus? So the circus not only book the lion for their own circus fairs, they have to pay. So not only are they getting paid, or is he on a different bout of logic? But either way, that just sounds insane. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. No, he is speaking of that, isn't he? No, that sounds absolutely bonkers. Like, who would agree to that? Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let her go. Yes, well, Oh, he's saying that prior to that, that's what they had to pay, which is why they let the lion go. But the cat's still in the basement, so... Whoa. You could kind of see that picture. I honestly wish I could zoom in. I honestly don't know what I'm looking at. It looks like a loaf of bread or something in that picture. I wish I looked earlier, because I feel like it kind of rotated away from certain aspects, maybe. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last, unimaginable attack. But the fact that you can actually see what's on the picture frame leads me to believe that it's definitely unimaginable. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me! What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Ah! This time, madame, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the very answer neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. In this instance, I don't know. It could be the candle set, or it could be the circus poster. Or I guess it could be the silverware. It's obviously not the cake thing. It's not the cake stand itself. So I don't know. Oh! There's no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Well, I mean, I do get kind of beastly if I'm hungry, I suppose. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet were a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. I don't believe it, Sholmes. I do not believe you. There is literally 0% chance that is a burn mark. It's not a dang bite mark. What are you talking about, sir? What are you talking about? I don't agree. This conclusion is completely bonked. Carpet gnawed on by the starving lion. And even if he got tired of cake, I highly doubt he would eat the carpet. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. I don't know. I feel like you have What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrett. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times, too. Oh! Mr. Sholmes? Sorry to butt in. Again. But could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it? Again. Well, your deductions just now? Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the fox. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Jeez. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrett and his maid would have been hurt. Or worse. Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt, the former military man held his own against the beast, using that large cannon. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus! He can't keep his story straight. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. I was like, yeah, the tea part confused me. I'm like, are they supposed to have given that to the lion, or is that something that they drunk themselves to deal with the lion and his destruction? Like, I don't understand. Ah, my dear Mr. Sato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Oh, what a glorious notion! No, it's not. Lions are not going to change their taste from entering a different country. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. Like, you're not excited. You love the reasoning spectacular. A slight message. Wait, a slight massage. I'm like, I figured that's what it was, but at first I'm like, that doesn't feel right. A slight massage. That's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it. But within the context of the sentence, it makes sense. Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. See, I feel like he sets us up just so that way we could feel like we succeeded, but he already has all the answers. All the cards are in his pocket. We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes, logic and reasoning spectacular. Now Ryunosuke's turn for course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Okay, I'm going for the picture frame. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to say that a fearsome beast has been on the run of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Aye. A furtive glance, Mr. Garrett, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. I really didn't see the lion thing coming. It's Sholmes. You kind of expect the unexpected at their point. No, but if you observe Mr. Girardup's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room. Think of the cat, but... yeah, something with a very fierce nature. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then? We must follow Mr. Girardup's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer. Yeah, there we go. This is what I want. What's this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. Girardup's wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but you can't make out his bride. It looks like the maid to me. Like, I guess that's probably why the picture frame is broken. So if Joan is his wife, I'm trying to think here. So we learned. See, I'm trying to connect this back to the previous episode. There was a moment where we learned about the what is it called? Maids. We learned about maids. Like, if she is his wife, which, I mean, considering how she's always been by his side, and it looks similar to her. Plus, the picture frame's broken. I mean, obviously, granted, it could also be broken because we would assume it's Joan, but it is a completely different person. But if it is Joan, if Joan is actually married to him, and she's also moonlighting as a maid, or daylighting as a maid, I suppose, they probably really are they're not middle class, right? But they want to appear middle class. So that's why she's daylighting as a maid. I feel like I'm still missing something though. But we'll continue on. Like, I'm taking too long with trying to figure stuff out. No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. Oh, how convenient. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. Ryunosuke. For the umpteenth time, you want to delve into the truth. That's the only way you're going to get anywhere. Like, I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter how the frame broke, but we kind of want to know who it is, don't we? I know I do. Okay, so the true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the bride? Oh yeah, because if it is Joan, that explains why she's burning him all the freaking time.
Take that.
Like, yeah, actually it makes more sense. It's husband and wife like banter. Not really banter. It's pretty much abuse freak. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Oh, so he's always okay with his reasoning just being debunked. Whew. Yes, this frame print pictures your wife, Mr. Gyrodub. He probably knows exactly who it is too, because he just seems to be 8 steps ahead of everyone. And while we lament the fact that her face has been obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Oh, no. Naruhodo. You did not just say that. I like how Sholmes is like, I'm not going to touch that with a 12-foot pole. Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. So you knew in your description that honored was not how they would feel. Okay. As long as we're on the same page here. Too late. The fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Gyrodub. Grrr! Ah! Did you see his face? The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well... yeah, it has to be Joan. Right? Like, even that little piece of the hair, like, I'll try to remember that for later. The little piece of the hair in the newlywed photo kind of looks like Joan's hair. Yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame? Hey! I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to beast's current whereabouts. Poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. The poor, fragile, defenseless woman. Well, I don't know about fragile. Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke holds no punches. He is just gung-ho, isn't he? Oh, dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of a Mrs. Gyrodub anywhere. I've actually been calling Joan Mrs. Gyrodub. Like, I just, you know, they're like together anyway. Like, they're side by freaking side. So I just was like, Mrs. Gyrodub, whatever. But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Gyrodub's wife could be. You have no clue? You have not one single guess? So, wait a second. She's wearing a very large ring. Look, it's like the one in the, I guess I can't do that. No. And it's on her ring finger. Wait, let me just start over. I was trying to rush because it was starting to autoplay. And it's on the ring finger of her left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring. It looks like it's on there for life, too. I can imagine it would slide off a finger of that size. This is why this game took 12,675,675 zillion years to come Western. Because the outrage. The literal outrage. Like, I don't know what to say, Ryunosuke. It's like I feel like he's literally taking jabs on purpose. That's something to think, Mr. Naruhodo. Not to say. You know. But you're smiling. Like you were totally smiling in that steal of you. Susato. Do you know Mr. Gyarudub's wife in the photograph had a ring very much like this one? Yes, I know. It was a large sunflower design as well. Is that a sunflower? I thought it was a sun, but I mean, I guess it all kind of, yeah. Really? You have a great memory for these things. Ryunosuke, we saw it 2 seconds ago. Even my memory is not that shot. A large sunflower wedding ring. It's quite a coincidence that they have the same ring, isn't it? What do you think, sir? She has a wedding ring exactly like the other one. The picture showed a wedding ring just like this one. I mean, 6 and 6. 6 and 6. Oh, I meant to, I pressed the wrong button. It's X to present it. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome... Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. I don't know why, but just saying W's and R's just literally slips me up sometimes. Oh! Indeed it does. That flowery bond gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Gyarudub's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. Oh! No. You are Mr. Gyarudub's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Gyarudub herself. Oh my! Woo! Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmised, this is the wife. Yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a bally quokka bag. Ah! Why is everyone taking jabs on dying, Joan? It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? Sholmes. Be nice. But yeah, so it leads back to that. She daylights as a maid for the masses. So that way they can pass off as at least middle class. But I guess that explains why the windows are boarded up. Though I thought he said that the tax situation ended for like well over 40 years ago or so. Maybe I misinterpreted what he meant when he said that. It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? Sholmes is like, yes, quite. My golly, it's a sorry thing when the chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes. Here in London, one is rather judged. Household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. That kind of sucks. In my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are a folly. I mean, technically you don't have a maid, but she helps you out a lot. Iris. You mean Mr. Gyarudub has his wife work as his maid? I call it daylighting as his maid. Like, she probably doesn't get paid for this service. After all, if she could get paid, then he totally would have, just hired a real maid, correct? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Gyarudub? Only in company, obviously. But listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret. Please. The raging wife of Mr. Garrideb. So she did do something. Now, Mr. Garrideb. Cause I can see his ring a little bit too. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garrideb's wife a beast. I do not wish to hear that from you, Ryunosuke. Like, you take your little shot of barbs too. So, same difference, really. Yes, it's a woman that feels rather uncomfortable. But Mrs. Garrideb is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all. Has he? Oh, how true! So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb's pain is tangible though. What could that pose of his really signify? He had a mark on his yeah. Yeah, you saw it a little bit last time. Ooh. I love that it's like literally a 3D environment. Wait. The plate's broken over here too. Interesting. It's a full-fledged 3D environment. That is so cool. Like, I could literally look at them in 360-degree turns. Okay, this Oh my, look at that bright red mark. Gosh, that's quite something, and clearly made by somebody's hand. Yes, Mr. Garrideb has been slapped in the face, it seems. Hard. I've never seen such a clearly defined mark. Nor have I. At least not in real life. You watch slapstick comedy like Tom and Jerry and stuff. You've seen a mark like that. Whoever could have done such a thing? Well, there is a very limited number of candidates, I'd say. See what I mean? She was abusive. Like, dude, she is, like, probably super abusive. And now knowing that much, a lot of the stuff that's happened around this room kind of comes together. So for her to pick on a poor man that can barely even move is kind of insane, wife or not. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade was you, Madame Joan Garrideb. Don't look so innocent! She has the audacity to look innocent. Seriously. Like, no, you cannot look chibi right now. Oh, yes. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. But I mean, it's not that difficult. His head is shaped like a dang moon. All he has to do is just never turn it, and then, yeah, we missed it completely. How the blazes did... Wait, how did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. I just thought it was more Ace Attorney stuff. I can't say otherwise. Like, they do weird stuff like that where it's just like, if they don't want to look at you, whatever pose they want them to be in, that's the pose they're in. I didn't think too much more than that. To keep your other side from view. Well, And so I get it. I'm so late to the party, but I totally get the analogy of the two of them. He's the moon, and she's the sun. Hardy har 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 har. Though I guess she's supposed to look like a sunflower, is what they were going for, but it's essentially the same thing. Sun and moon. Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Gerda to fly into a rage. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Oh yeah, this. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Don't agree with that. Did Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder? He did. He completely did. Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garadab's wife, Mr. Naruhodo. He's a person, not a thing. Yes, well... My respect for Naruhodo has been on a deep incline since this whole arc has begun. Yes, well... She's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. I can't, yeah, sure. One so hard it left a perfect hand mark. In fact, okay, Ryunosuke, okay, you're pleading your case. I'm giving you points. Yes, why would a woman want to hurt her husband with such force, I wonder? Yeah, I honestly can't think of anything. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. I'd love to know the answer to that question. I mean, he honestly doesn't seem like a bad guy. I'm saying bookmark. Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Garadub is clearly the avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. There's a kiss mark on there. Don't tell me. No. He was not cheating on his wife. I mean, it would definitely give her a reason for ransacking the whole room, because that's essentially, it's beyond just her slapping him. Like, the room is completely trashed. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look next to the signature here. Lip marks made with lipstick. I would never be so bold. Oh, what a passionate and romantic... Never mind, she would totally be so bold. I had her pegged wrong. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. This bookmark is actually a love note then. They do this so that way you have to like read and look into something. You can't just say X marks the spot, which is clever. Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps to send her this note, a certain Miss Mary is the fly in the ointment here. Joan looks like she's ready to give him another walloping. So yes, ding ding ding, we have ourselves a winner. She did it too, no! What? I don't know the Bali woman. Oh. I mean, James is a very, very common name, and more, it's definitely, wait, did it say James or did it say John? I think his name is John, so you would assume that, wait, hold up. History. Yeah, it says James. Yeah, his name is John, isn't it? So, yeah, John. So, okay, that definitely leads credit to where I was going with this. Did he go to the library? Did he go to the library that day? Or something like that. Maybe not that... Well, it would have to be that day, right? Not necessarily, but... How fresh is the handprint? You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. I mean, his name is not James. It was just in there, you say. That's right. That's what I've been saying. A likely story. Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explained at the time. Oh, thing. Oh boy. I bought the book at that secondhand place, and that note must already have been in there. I can attest to that. I have gotten books from the library, sometimes used books from the bookstore, and on occasion there have been notes, phone numbers, all sorts of stuff just left between the pages. I can believe him on that. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right. That's what I've been saying. A likely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John. A likely story. Are you questioning my name now, woman? And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. But yeah, his name is. She knows her husband's name. Like, come on. Like, I guess it could be like an alibi or whatever, but nah, I don't believe that. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable. I wanted to wrap this up, but I don't know if I will. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. Very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken. Oh dearie me! What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Ah! This time, madame, I'm afraid it is you who has inevitably revealed the truth to me. I do remember this part. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. Tower of Cakes? But surely Mrs. Garrideb didn't eat the carpet. No, of course not! I hope. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper. No, that's true. So, this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' seduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mrs. Garrideb's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can see. Yes. I mean, there's a lot to investigate here. Circus handbill, candlestick, and okay, so I'm going with the candlestick. Because, I mean, the carpet was on fire. That makes the most sense. This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it? Oh, I had the wrong person down. The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock will make it topple over. Oh dear, that would be dangerous. Wait, take a closer look at this. One of the candles is missing. Yes, I didn't notice that before. Why is that, I wonder? Why is one of the three missing from its holder? Because it's on the floor by the dang carpet.
Take that!
I hope that works and I didn't have to. Okay. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed, they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? You were saying lion bites! It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Mrs. Garrideb. Oh, Mrs. Garrideb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face. I'm ignoring that comment. He's done enough, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, sir. The most ferocious beast in this world is neither a vile lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Hmm. But he's gonna stand up. Mr. Sholmes, sir. I salute you. He gets up just to fall into Joan's arms. She is so strong. Carpet scorched by a small fire. Soft. Dun 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 dun! Deduction complete. It was elementary. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my own novels there. So he can walk. He can at least stand on the cane. Though he still would not be fast enough. Unless Joan killed her thinking she was the moonlight lover or something. In the pages of one particular novel, you discover some rather illicit material. Okay, so we're going to end it there. It's tempting to keep going, but I can't this episode. But yeah, yeah, the only thing I can see at this point is that Joan killed the lady in a fit of rage. Maybe she thought because they both went to the same bookstore that the victim she probably thought that the victim was the person that wrote to her husband, Mr. Garridub. At least in order to like try to make sense of what I currently have to work with, that's what I'm running with currently. So at least that's my current thought process. If you have any ideas, let me know. You know, barring the fact that you've already played the game anyway. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. Thanks for sticking around. Until next time, bye.